Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Fashionista here, and on this channel, we talk about get ready with me's life, travel, just random things. We're still working on what this is going to be. So anyway, glad that you're here. Okay, so I am going to do a vlog, I guess is what it's called. So last weekend, I did do a vlog. I had went to the Basilica, and I also answered a question from one of my subscribers here, one of my supporters actually. And so I only got like 35 views, if that. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna still try and do the vlog thing because if those 35 people will look at it, then I'm gonna just keep doing it. Okay. So anyway, so thank you for those who did look. I appreciate it. So anyway, today is Friday, and I took off work today. I had a big meeting this week that was 2 days, and I was getting home late, and I was just like over it. So I took off today, and I scheduled me a visit at the White House. So I've never been. We're going to see how this goes. I need to leave so I can go catch the train so I can be on time. But anyway, I just wanted to pop in first, and also tell you that it's actually snowing outside. I don't think it's sticking, but it's snowing. So I hope that doesn't impact what I'm trying to do. But I'm gonna still move forward. I tried to call the number for the visitor center there, and they did not have a message saying it was canceled. So we will see how this goes. But anyway, I'm gonna take you guys along. I cannot do video inside of the White House, but I can probably chat along the way or take pictures. So you know how I do. So I'll get something to put in here. But anyway, I will see you on the next clip. Hey y'all, so I'm out here at the White House, and I just went through security, and I'm getting ready to figure out where I'm going next. So check me out. So anyway, let me do what I gotta do, and I will be back. Hey y'all, I'm back. So today is now Saturday, and I didn't do a talk yet on my time at the White House, my tour, but it was nice. But I'm gonna get to that when I get some time. But I want to tell you guys about my time at the restaurant I went to while I was out doing my stuff. So I went to this restaurant called Old Ebit Grill, and it was really good. I ended up eating at the bar. So, when I got there, somebody was sitting next to me, and they ended up leaving, and this guy came and sat down. And so, eventually we kind of made a little bit of small talk, right? And, I was like, man, your food got here quick, because I was there before him. He had already ordered and got his food. I'm still waiting for mine. And I said, it looks good. What did you order? He said, he ordered a Reuben. I said, I've never had that. And he was like, oh, he was saying, you never had a Reuben? Like, that's good. And they make the best sandwiches here. I was like, okay, cool. He was saying he had like corned beef, sauerkraut. I said, I don't do sauerkraut, so I'm good. So he was saying it's the best Reuben he's ever had. And I'm like, okay. And he told me he had came from Texas. I was like, oh, he lives in I forgot which city. He lives in Texas. And he was saying that that this was his favorite restaurant. The food is so much better here, all these things. And I said, well, I just moved from Texas maybe a few months ago. I said, so you really do have good restaurants, in San Antonio, where I came from. So anyway, I said, well, how did you find out about this restaurant? He was like, well, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter. I was like, okay. Now I'm thinking he just gonna tell me, like, my friend told me about the restaurant, something like that. I did not know what I was about to get into in this conversation. So He's like, well, my ex-girlfriend from 33 years ago lives here, and she's married, and we reconnected a few months ago, and that's why I'm here. And I was like, okay. And he said I flew all the way from Texas just to spend 3 hours with her. So I'm like, okay, all right, I hear what you're saying. And he was saying, we've spent, our time, going to museums, just doing different things. And yeah, he says where I'm from, where I live, he was saying that, the women, don't ask you to dance. The women don't make eye contact with you. I was like, oh, okay. I'm just listening to what he's saying. And he was like, yeah, I know she's married. But, but he said, but he ain't me. I said, okay. He said, he ain't me. So he said, she was able to get away a little bit here, a little bit there, and they meet up and they, socialize. And so I was like, okay, so this man done flew from Texas up here to spend 3 hours with somebody. And let me tell you, when she called him while he was chatting with me, he said, I gotta take this. He got on that phone, he was like, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to cash out, da 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 da. Like, homeboy was on point with what he had going on. And so then he had to leave, so, yeah, he had to get out of there. He just said, look, you gonna like DC better than Texas, and good luck to you. I said, all right, thank you. So after that experience, the next person comes and sits down next to me. And so this person, he asked me, well, how often, do you come here often? I said, well, no, this is my first time coming here. I said, but what's your question? And he was saying, well, what's good here to eat? And I said, well, I had the crab cake sandwich, and it was very good. I said, but the gentleman that just left, he's been here 2 times in 3 days, and he said the Reuben is good. And so, he ended up talking to the waiter. He chimed in, and he went with the waiter's recommendation. So I had also ended up ordering like me a dessert. And the guy was like, oh, well, you really going in, huh? I'm like, yeah. Yes. And then when I was done, oh, well, you didn't leave me any. I said, well, you need to eat your dinner first, then you can have dessert. That's how that worked. Y'all, say when I got ready to pay the bill, the bartender told me that my bill was covered. Bill is covered, paid. Now, I done had 2 drinks, and then I got a third one free because the bartender alleged, whatever. But that dude paid for that drink, too, I'm sure. But I ended up having 3 drinks, an entree, and a dessert. And the guy next to me paid for it. The second guy did. And he was on his phone talking to somebody the majority of the time. So that was very pleasant. I was pleasantly surprised. And I'm like, you know what? If you see this video, sir, you probably won't. Mom's gonna say it anyway. Thank you. Appreciate that. So I had me a good day yesterday. But I just thought that was so strange. Well, I won't say strange. It was just so interesting. My time at this restaurant. So I had to share it. So today I ended up going out to brunch to this place called Kinfolk. That's why I'm dressed up. I'll show y'all a picture of the outfit. But I went to this restaurant for brunch, met a friend there, and I'm just now getting to my hotel. So I decided to get me a hotel in downtown DC because I'm going to a podcast tonight. And I'm like, what? I don't want to drive back to Maryland. Let me just get me a hotel, stay the night. I just need somewhere to get changed and and then be to my next event. And then I can just come back, hang out, at the bar. I have a really nice bar area. It's like a nice situation. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go do a little bit of sightseeing around here. So that is my plan. But I wanted to show you guys something. I'm like, that restaurant situation was something else yesterday with these people that I met. So anyway, I'm about to go ahead and get myself ready for this podcast I'm about to attend. It's called I think 8 at the Table. I'll get the right name and tell y'all. But I'm excited about it. My first one ever attending. And I said, you know what? It's here in the city. It's not far. Like, why not? So I bought the ticket, and here I am. So anyway, I will see y'all on the next clip. Hey, y'all. So I have changed clothes. I'm out here en route to the podcast. So just learned that this is a huge convention center and my Uber did not drop me at the right location. So now I'm out here walking in these stiletto heels trying to figure out how to get in. But anyway, y'all, I will see you in the next clip.
Ain't no party like a TC party, cause a TC party don't stop. Ain't no party like
Hey y'all, I am back. It is midnight. Okay, so I guess you could say Sunday morning. And I am back in my hotel room. Thank God for that. I'm taking these boots off right now. I have these super cute thigh-high boots, and I got compliments all night from men and women about these boots. Okay? Bam, you see them. Oh yes, I wore these all night. I'm taking them off right now. But anyway, I had a really good time at this podcast. I mean, I always, like listening to the shows like online. And so when I saw that they were going to be in DC, I was like, well, I had thought about going to the Baltimore show. But I said, well, I'll just go to the DC show. I mean, it's right here. I mean, I'm kind of like in a sweet spot where I'm not that far from either city, I think. So I said, I'm just go ahead on and go to the DC show since the DC show is on a Saturday. Okay, y'all, sorry about that. I ran out of storage space as usual, right? So anyway, I thought about going to the Baltimore show. Why am I sounding like this? I thought about going to the Baltimore show, but it was on Sunday. So I elected to do DC. And that's why I went. And as a matter of fact, they had such a high, I guess, participation rate that they did 2 shows today. So I could have went to an early show, but I wanted to keep my VIP status. And I continued with my, my nighttime reservation. But yeah, so I got to the convention center, and they got us to our seats, and then after that they opened up the selfie session where you can take a selfie with all of your favorite cast members. So I did that. I got a photo with Tip Fontaine, Trio AC, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, Miss Keita Rose, and Ace Metaphor, and also Mike. So I got a picture with everybody there except Kitty. Cause I ran out of time, but I love all of them in their perspective. So nothing there. So I'll post those pictures, as part of all of this vlog. But yeah, they were really nice people, and the ladies were dressed to the nines, so that was nice. As far as the cast, they were dressed to the nines. Let me just be clear on that. But anyway, they had like a DJ in there, and he was hyping us up, had nice music going, did a couple little card Q&A sessions. That was pretty cool. And then they did like 3 podcast shows during this event. So yeah, they had people come up with their questions, and they addressed them. And so some questions took a lot more time than others. So the show may have I think they asked for like 4 questions, but sometimes maybe 2 may get done in that particular show. They did like 3 25-minute segments, so it was pretty cool. And he had over 4,000 people present, so he made a lick on this event. That's nice. But yeah, I just enjoyed myself. I really did. The lady that was next to me, to my right, she went up and asked a question about is it okay to ask a man if he's ever dated men on the first date. And so the women on the panel were like, yeah, you should ask on the first date and on the first text. And then Ace Metaphor kind of felt like maybe you shouldn't because, you know, it can be triggering for some, you know, for some males. But honestly, you know, in today's times, I mean, I think it's a question that's worth asking. But I think that I would definitely ask the question before I become emotionally invested in the person. A lot of times women, you know, kind of meet men and they kind of see, well, this could be something here, and they start planning the wedding right when they meet the person. And like, I don't advise that. So I think that as you get to know the person, then at whatever the right time is, ask the question. And I understand that you want to find out up front. So I mean, sometimes you don't always go on a first date as soon as you meet somebody. Like I said on a video before, you know, I met a person, we had a phone call, and based on that phone call, I was like, you know what, that's going to be it. So, I mean, at whatever stage you think is appropriate, ask the question, but I wouldn't waste a lot of time getting to know somebody and I don't know that aspect. But then in reality, you know, some men, if they have dated other men, are they really going to tell you? You know, it just depends. Most of them probably won't, in my opinion. But anyway, that was the question that my neighbor asked. And there were a lot of other good ones. And she felt like, you know, she may not have actually gotten an answer. But either way, it was a good time. They had a really good DJ. They had a really amazing spoken word artist. I ended up following him on the spot, you know, while I was at the event. And he was really good. He's based out of, I think he said, Newark. Yeah. But anyway, I had a really good time. But I'll tell you that the drink situation was not ideal. They had this super long line. They had people going down the line with a little cart reader trying to get you to pay and then give you a ticket. But they couldn't tell you what drinks that they had at the bar. You know, I elected to get wine. I said, well, what wines do you guys have? Well, I don't know. I'm like, okay, I'm just go ahead and get the wine ticket. Then I'll just, you know, they're going to at least have Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay or something like that. So they had a Pinot Grigio. It was okay. But I didn't really care for that dynamic. But, you know, overall, it was a very nice event. I would go again. They'll be back in the spring. So that's kind of nice. So, yes, I enjoyed myself. I came back to my hotel, went down to the bar. The bar at this hotel is a vibe. Like, it reminds me of a nice lounge situation. So, they had the music going and everything, and I had me a drink, and it was real good. They have a new menu out. So, this is my favorite hotel at this time in, like, downtown D.C. It's called Yours Truly. I've been here at least 3 times this year. So if I come to DC and I have an option and a choice, I usually come to this hotel because of like the rooms are nice. And one thing about me, I'm very particular about a bathroom. So the bathrooms are nice too. They have like a really nice lounge area. It has a really nice vibe. You know, the restaurant part is nice. It's all combined. In the lounge / restaurant bar area. And I came here back in the spring when I did a photo shoot for Cherry Blossoms, and they had a really nice cherry blossom display in their dining area. Like, I mean, they had like cherry blossoms on the ceiling and the branches. It was gorgeous. So I enjoyed that. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the event. And yeah, that's all I got on that. Now, I don't think I talked to you about my brunch I had today. I went out to the wharf to a restaurant called Kinfolk. And it's a southern type restaurant. I did chicken and waffles. And it wasn't bad. I had to add some hot sauce to the chicken. But, you know, it had really good flavor. The waffles weren't too big, you know, but I would prefer them to be bigger. But anyway, I enjoyed the meal. I met a friend out there. And we had a really good conversation. So I was really glad that I went ahead and got the hotel room because I thought about, well, I had already bought this ticket for the podcast a while ago. And she asked me about doing brunch. I want to say it was on Thursday. And so when I agreed to brunch, I didn't think about the time and logistics, between driving out to DC and then, having to go to my podcast event that's also in DC. So I decided to get me a hotel this morning. I said, you know what, go ahead and get your hotel, pack a bag, and that way you can leave the brunch, go to the hotel, relax, and then catch an Uber to the convention center. And that's exactly what I did, and I'm glad that I did it. Me and her ended up talking for a couple of hours, so it was more than just the 1 hour that I anticipated. It was a good conversation for the most part, but I really enjoyed myself, and she's really nice. So I knew her when I was in San Antonio, but we never hung out, and so now we're both here, and we're gonna be working together. So, we decided, because when I first moved here, she did tell me, hey, we can go out when you get here. And I learned I was here, but I didn't have time to go out. I was trying to find somewhere to live. Y'all know I had no place to live when I first got here. I was in a hotel. And then once I got into my home and got my household goods, I've been pretty much trying to get unpacked, to get things organized and get settled. And I said to myself, you know what, Tiff, you need to just go ahead on and, start enjoying the environment, because the time here is going to pass. And that's what I decided to do. So I have really been out here enjoying myself. And, I do tend to travel a little bit. So when you're not home, you can't get anything done. We all know that. But, anyway, so I'm trying to get out a little bit more, see a little something before it gets super cold and I'm in the house, because I told y'all it did snow yesterday. That took me by surprise. But the wharf area is really pretty. I ended up going in the wrong directions. Man helped me get to the restaurant. I appreciated him for that, because I had them thigh-high boots on, and I needed, I didn't even do too much walking unnecessarily. But anywho, I had a good time at the brunch. And yeah, I'm glad I went. She's really cool, which I knew that, but you get to know people on a different sense, in a different way, when you're working with them and you're in this. And we came from the same place. She's been here a couple years. I'm moving here. We're both, women, whatever you want to call it, but we're both women and everything, commonality. So very nice to have done brunch with her. And yeah, so there you have it. But that has been my day. So like I said, did brunch, came to my hotel, and then went to the podcast. And the podcast is called Tonight's Conversation, by the way. I follow it on, I think, Instagram and YouTube, and they're always spitting such good information, in my opinion, things that I agree with. And Keita Rose is hilarious, okay? And I really liked seeing Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, because she brings a different perspective. Each person that's on the panel brings a different perspective. And they just do. They had another lady who was on, and she was a confidence coach, I think she said. And she had some good perspective. I mean, at the end of the day, what I told somebody actually today is that people can give you advice, but it's up to you to determine what advice you want to actually that you actually want to, receive and take into consideration. I had a situation this week where a person they made a statement, and I told them that, you know what, I said, in this moment, I realized that you don't know me. And they didn't like the fact that I said that, in my opinion. And I was like, well, you're making these absolute statements. And I said, somebody who knows me would know that absolute you just made is not, is not a thing. And I said, but it's fine. I said, there are people that can be around you, but not necessarily know you. And that's a real thing. But anyway, we had that conversation as well at the brunch. But yeah, I forgot why I brought that up. but I am tired. I need to get ready to go to bed. And I'll be back on here tomorrow to possibly talk about the White House experience as short as it was. So, yes, I will see y'all on the next clip. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. So, today is Monday, and it is about 7:51 p.m. So, I didn't pop back on at all on Sunday, I don't think. Well, at least not during the day Sunday. I think when I got home from the podcast, it was like maybe after midnight. So I talked then and did not get back on yesterday. But anyway, let's see, today I work from home and I am just now getting back from Tyson's Corner. I went there to pick up a cute little dress from Express. I did a buy online, pick up in store. So I had never been to Tyson's Corner. So it was a really nice mall. So had a nice time out there. You know, I ended up buying, I got the dress, and then I picked up a pair of boots and a pair of pants. And the boots ended up being like 60% off, like $15. It was 60% off. I'm sorry, it was 60% off, $9.97. Yes. And then the pants were 60% off, like $35. And so when I got to the register, they said I had a $20 coupon. So in total, I only spent like $14 and some change. So I couldn't beat that. Let me show you real quick. Give me a second. So this is the dress, this cute sweater dress. Yes. I did not try it on, but I got it in a size medium, and I'm thinking it's going to fit because why wouldn't it? But I love the stripes and the colors, so I'm looking forward to putting this on this fall. And let's see. These are the pants I got on clearance. This metallic silver pant. I did not try these on, but I got them in a size 8, so I'm hoping that they will fit. So these will be cute for the holidays. So and the boots. So these boots are like a I'm just gonna pull out one boot. Stiletto heel boot, pointed toe. It's like a reptile embossed material, and it stops a little bit above the calf, below the knee. So these were the $9.97 shoes that had an extra 60% off. So I could not pass that up, okay? So those were my express purchases that I picked up today. Okay, so let's see. I wanted to tell you guys about the White House. I did not get a chance to do that. So I'm not the best with directions, especially when I'm walking to a place. So I did take the train to downtown DC, and then I got out at the Metro Center station. And so the meeting location wasn't that far, maybe a 10-minute walk, if that. But it was like snowy a little bit and rainy, so that wasn't the most pleasant walk, right? So I ended up going to the White House Visitor Center. Then they pointed me to where I'm supposed to meet the people for the tour. So I finally figured that out, went through security, and then, you know, I walked onto the grounds. And when you walk up, the Air Force Band is playing, you know, songs. And then you get to enter into the building. And they have these nice little digital pictures on the wall. And I want to say the pictures kind of show other different presidents and different things about the president and their spouse, if you will. I did get pictures of that. So I'll either pop that in, or either I'll figure out how to do like a, I don't know, they're going to be putting here some kind of way. That'd be my first time trying that. So just know that. And what was funny is that I think I got pictures of the Obama one and maybe Clinton. But then I had kind of walked off. And then when this other president's photos came up, this couple that was there, they started grunting and walked off. And when I looked, it was Trump's pictures that were being shown. So that was kind of interesting, because you never know when you see people, you know, what their affiliation is. So I was just quite surprised. But anyway, I thought it was funny. So anyway, as you go around the corner, you get to see like the grounds. I think it was I forgot what garden you got to see at the windows, but you get to go around the corner and you see the nice gift shop. And so one of my coworkers wanted me to get him a Christmas ornament at the White House. And so I didn't know that they have like an ornament that's exclusive to the tour of the White House versus the ones that they have, you know, for every year. So they had in stock there the 2022, 2023, and 2024 ornaments, plus the exclusive. So I said, you know what, I'm still gonna get the exclusive ornament, because you can always order the other ones online. So that was a good decision. So I ended up getting 2 coworkers ornaments. I got myself one, and then I got a good friend of mine back in San Antonio one. I'll put his in the mail tomorrow, because he's been collecting these ornaments like for years. So he'll be quite happy with that addition to his collection. So anyway, once you like go past a certain point in the tour, they will not let you like go back. So I thought that I had left my wallet at the gift shop, but I actually put it in the bag that they gave me to put my ornaments in. So luckily I had it on me. But yeah, I ended up going into the China room and some other rooms, and you got to see all the China collections for the different presidents. So that was kind of nice and interesting. I want to say Obama had 2 different sets, I guess, for each of his terms. So that was interesting. But, you know, it was beautiful. Like, you know, the chandeliers in certain rooms were pretty. Like the furniture was very nice. Yeah, just very opulent. So reminded me of when I went to, maybe not on the same level, but when I went to Versailles out in Paris, that place was really, really nice. The White House is nice, but it wasn't like Versailles, okay? But I still enjoy architecture. I enjoy seeing, you know, antiques, things like that. So it was a nice experience, and it was free. So anyway, I saw the different rooms that they had, like a red room, I think it was, and another colored room. And then towards the end of the tour, they had like the presidential emblem over like these 2 wooden doors and the 2 flags. So people waited in line to get pictures in that spot. So I did that. But overall, I had a good time. It's a self-paced tour, but you really just have 45 minutes. And if you don't get there on time, then it's like 45 minutes from your start time. So if you take a lot of time going through security and doing what you need to do, your time is still 45 minutes. And if you take up 10 minutes doing the other stuff, you're going to be down to, you know, 35 minutes. So Secret Service was kind of politely pushing you through, pushing you along, you know, so that was interesting. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I know one of my friends, but she comes in town. She wants me to go with her there. So I will definitely go again. And I need to look out and see if they have like other tours. Because I heard someone say when I went to the restaurant after that they were going to a tour later on that day. So I don't know if there are private tours you can pay for where you can go at other times of the day. I'm not sure, but I'm going to look into all that. Because I really want to see the White House decorated for Christmas. So we will see if I can make that happen this year. So anyway, that is pretty much my White House experience. So I didn't get to video much, but I did get some good pictures, and so I'm going to definitely make sure, if I haven't already, that they're incorporated into this video. And let's see. So let's go back to Sunday. So yeah, I end up going to this place called a Jolly Bar. So I guess in certain parts of the U.S. they have these pop-up Christmas bars. So they did a pop-up Christmas bar called Jolly Bar here in D.C. And there's like several others in other parts of the U.S. And I did the brunch option. And I was like, you know what? I could just paid like the $10 just to go in there and have a drink. The brunch really wasn't all bad. It wasn't bad. But for $45, I mean, you get the free drink. It's not really free. You get the complimentary drink and the nice little ornament, the nice little ornament, cup. And then it's really nicely decorated for Christmas and everything. It's really pretty in there. So I did get some video of that, and I'll let you guys see that. But it was really pretty. I love the Christmas decorations. It was just over the top. But the food, like you paying for brunch and I'm getting a waffle. Like no meat, no eggs, just the waffle. So yeah, that part was kind of disappointing. I mean, I went ahead and added me some sausage and some eggs, but I was like, for $45, I could have at least gotten one of those sides, in my opinion. But I had a good time. I enjoyed the atmosphere. I enjoyed taking pictures in there. So that was good. But yeah, then I went upstairs, and it was like in the upstairs part, it kind of like, hey y'all, so I'm back. So basically, I ran out of storage, and then I got a phone call. So yeah. So what I think I was saying is that at the Jolly Bar, I went upstairs, and you could kind of see, the bottom of the restaurant from the top. It was more of a industrial style setup, as far as like how they had the railings and how you could see through them and everything. It was nice. And the bar out there as well. Then the patio, the terrace was nice out there as well too. So I think I'll probably just go back to this bar itself. Not for the brunch, for the Jolly Bar, but just to go and hang out. It's a nice vibe at the wharf. But anyway, y'all, I am tired. And I'm going to close this video right on out. If you are new, thank you for being here. I hope you consider, subscribing. For my supporters, all 481 of you, y'all, I'm getting to 500. Thank you for your support. Continue to rock with me. All right, y'all. So I ran out of storage again. So what I was saying was for my subscribers, and if you're new, if you're still here, please subscribe. Please like, share, comment, all the things. And I will see you all on the next video. Have a great week. Bye.